Aaron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up.
Aaron is here. I am joined today by Pearl Snappy, who's been one of the regular protesters kicking butt out there in Austin. And I'll tell you, someone done messed up in Austin. I did a video, I don't know, it's probably a month ago now, with Trash EV12 BMW out in Chicago.
Right.
They managed to get a bunch of documents, a bunch of current Scientology documents from the dumpster of all places. And then you contacted me it feels like a week or two ago. I've been losing all sense of time lately with a stash of documents that you guys got in Austin that we're going to go over today. So who is it that got these documents?
So one of the people who regularly supports me, and also Selfless Self, who has been out here protesting with me, but he's also been in LA and Chicago as well.
Very cool. So when you looked over these documents, was it clear what you guys had? Like, do you know enough of the Scientology lingo by now to be like, oh yeah, this is a gold mine?
I did. Yeah, we did pretty immediately. Now I don't know what a lot of the stuff on the abbreviations. I know what most of it means on the management report. So it was just the first page that I had some questions, but I think I know most of it, but I'm ready to, I'll take the quiz. Let's just take the quiz.
All right, let's go through some of this stuff because it is mind-boggling to me that a Sea Org member put this in the trash without putting it in the shredding. In Scientology, particularly in the Sea Org, taking any internal records and putting them anywhere but into the shredding is considered quite a serious offense. And look at the date on this, April 11th. So that's 15 days ago. And it was well over a week ago that I remember you sent me these documents the first time. So you guys got these, This wasn't just somebody clearing out their desk drawers. These are current documents.
Yeah, these were, I sent these to you, I think, when everyone was in Clearwater.
There you go. Yeah. So so pretty much immediately.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like you must have had these on April 12th.
Probably.
Okay, so let's take a look at this document and break it down. This is a weekly report being sent to the Flag data files. That is middle management with an information to the West US data files. So West US is Continental Management. That's located on L. Ron Hubbard Way, back next to, well, who cares? You guys, if you guys are already watching the streams, it's the Continental Liaison Office, West US, on the southeast side of L. Ron Hubbard Way. The Flag data files is located in that middle management Scientology building on Hollywood Boulevard in Ivar. That's where the Flag data files are. And the report is coming from the Flag Rep Austin. That's what FR means. And in this case, Flag refers to management. Most people who are familiar with the Scientology stuff, Flag means Clearwater, Florida. Flag is the name of the giant organization in Clearwater, Florida. But it has a second meaning, which means management. And management is not in Clearwater, Florida. So, the Flag Rep. The Flag Rep is a Sea Org member. Every organization, every city level organization that is not a Sea Org org. Well, actually, honestly, even the organizations that are Sea Org orgs have a representative from management. And that representative is not there to issue orders. That representative is there to observe and report. So it's basically a tattletale. Like, that is their entire job, is to observe what's happening and send those reports up to management every week. Okay, so that's what this is. Management report, Austin day. Day is the day shift of the Scientology organization in Austin, as opposed to the nights and weekends shift, which they call foundation.
So this is Eric Toohey's then, because Eric Toohey is in charge of the day org for Austin.
He's the executive director, or he's the Flag Rep? He's
the executive director of the day org. I don't know who the Flag Rep is there. I think it's a blonde woman.
So when you say this is Eric Toohey, what do you mean?
He's the director of the day org at Austin. It's a woman named Rebecca for the foundation.
That's right. And yet this report is coming from the Flag Rep.
Correct. Yes.
So it would be fun to find out who the Flag Rep is there, or what the Flag Rep's name is.
Right.
Okay. So exactly, let's read from it. Exactly what LRH EDs, that's an executive directive. So those are, it's a version of L. Ron Hubbard policy. So exactly what LRH EDs and targets on org programs. Who's joining the chat? Barb. All right. All right. Exactly what LRH EDs and targets on org programs and or other programs are currently being pushed, or were completed during the past week? How are these being pushed and to what result? So you see the flavor of this is she's basically expected every week to be a tattletale to management, right? Okay. The exact org programs that are currently being pushed are International Management Bulletin 512, new Class 5 org and stats implementation program. Interesting. I'd love to know what the date is on that. That's a program from management. PT1, PT2, that means primary target 1, primary target 3, operating target 2, operating target 18 was CR'd. That means a compliance report was sent up to management that these steps were done. So she's reporting on the progress that was made on that particular management program that week. Number 2, International Management Bulletin 513, Staff Training and Qualifications Program. Primary target 4, operating target 8, operating target 9, operating target 29 was CR'd and sent on this program. That's pretty good progress. But an org that has a flag rep would be expected to be making pretty good progress, because even though the flag rep isn't there to actually issue orders into the org, one of the things they are there to do is to kind of encourage that people actually work on completing steps on the programs that come down from management. And the flag reps stat, oh God, I might get this wrong. The flag rep stat is number of compliance reports sent up to management weekly of steps completed on management programs. I'm almost positive that is one of the stats. Any of you guys who know more about this than I do in the live chat, please let me know if I have the statistic for the flag rep wrong. Okay, 3, International Management Bulletin number 514, org production program servicing the existing field. No compliance reports were completed and submitted on this program. There were daily actions done to increase the delivery, resulting in highest ever paid completions. HE means highest ever. PDC means paid completions. That is the statistic of the executive director. So basically, every course is given a certain point value. An introductory course has a certain point value. A major course has a higher point value. Auditing actions have different point values. And it's supposed to be just a numerical representation of the volume of delivery of Scientology that week. Okay, step number 4, item number 4, International Management Bulletin number 515, org production program, busting open the routes to get new public in. Pearl Snappy, something tells me that you and your fellow protesters are making it difficult for them to execute this program.
Oh, indeed. And as we'll see later, there's evidence of that. When their stats are 0.
The flag rep says the day org worked on the street book sales.
Aw. So proud, so brave.
The day org worked on the street book sales and getting more public in through the film to book line. Fantastic. IMB number 516, FEBC, org programs, master program. Pearl Snappy, do you know what this means?
Nope.
FEBC stands for Flag Executive Briefing Course, but it refers to okay, you've heard me talk about Miscavige just finished a giant training program, training new command teams for all the orgs.
They had to fire back, right?
Okay. Barb, you're putting comments up. Barb. Okay. Okay. The new policy volumes that all of these command teams were trained on is the OEC and the FEBC. And it almost doesn't even matter what it stands for. But the OEC are the policy volumes, and the FEBC is kind of a distillation of some of the most important policies out of the policy volumes.
Okay.
And so this is a program that IMB number 516, FEBC, Org Programs Master Program. This is a program that came down from management having to do with how to steps to take now that all the new command teams are firing back to the orgs. And it's interesting that it says no compliance reports were submitted on this program. Love it. Okay, Finance Program Order 22R. R means revised. So Finance Program Order 22R, Finance System Implementation Program. Let me see. I do have the second page on this, but is it possible that we are actually missing a page? I'm going through all my little screen share things.
I can send it to you if you need me to.
Oh no, I do have it here, but it's funny. It doesn't say what was done. All right. Well, let's just
their printer tech must be truncating the documents.
Yeah.
Lower conditions for the printer.
Okay, item number 7, Scientology Media Productions Directive number 49, L. Ron Hubbard Birthday Celebration 2024 Usage Program. That is incredible. I did not know SMP was sending out its own directives to orgs, but I guess since SMP produces all of the international events now, every event has their own implementation program. So this would be how to best maximize on the event to make the most money, get the highest attendance, and get the most new service starts and things like this. There were many targets done and submitted on this program last week as we made the event attendance quota and had affluence service signups. Affluence just means steeply up, right? Okay, how are the executives doing? I mean, this is really where it gets into tattletale territory. She's now basically reporting on every single key executive in the org to management. Okay, the executive director for the day org, Julie Wood, the ED did inspections in each area and worked to get the preparation done for the event, which each of the staff getting into action on the mass reg drill. It's so crazy to see them put this into writing. So registration means fundraising. The mass fundraising drill. So literally they practice on just how to raise as much money as possible after the event. That's all they care about. Raise as much money as possible. Okay. So let's see. Get the prep done for the event, which each of the staff getting into action on the mass reg drill and pulling off highest ever event attendance. Barb. Okay. And affluence gross income. Deputy Executive Director Day, Sheila Springer. Her in and started. Okay, in and started. So the paid completions is the statistic of the executive director. In and started is the statistic of the deputy executive director. And that's really just exactly what it sounds. It's how many public people keep saying, who is Barb? Barb is my special helper in the back office helping me to star comments, but sometimes she clicks the wrong button. Okay. In and started is, it's basically someone comes in and they start a service. But once a Scientologist can count as an in and started every time they start and finish a new service. So this does not only measure brand new people. This measures turnover. This measures how many services are being completed and restarted and then completed and restarted. So Sheila Springer says the in and started are not in a viable range. That means it's pretty close to zero. That means it's close to zero is what that means. And she works on promotion and is now hands-on working to debug the 6A starts line. Okay, so hands-on, everyone knows what that means. Debug, that means to fix the problems with. And 6A, so in a Scientology division, there's division 6 is the division responsible for getting brand new people into Scientology. But there's actually 3 division 6s. There's 6A, 6B, and 6C. Now, what's funny, Pearl Snappy, is every time I mention this, people go, of course there's 3. Of course it's 666. Of course. It's the jokes write themselves because everyone says Phaeton sounds like Satan with a lisp. And then the Scientology or Barb should make a cameo on every stream. Barb, did you put that one up?
I love it. Not Barb trolling.
Uh-oh. Let me get my face out of the way. Okay. So the deputy executive director is basically trying to, frantically figure out how to get more brand new people into the org. So they've got this giant, $25 million building. They've spent the last 20 years getting this thing ready. They go through all the trouble to put on this huge, massive grand opening, and they just can't figure out why they can't get any new people to come in and start Scientology. It's a mystery. Why don't people want to join this human trafficking cult? Who can figure it out?
It's so weird.
Okay, the HES. This would be like
Can we also just 1 second with Sheila? Can we also just remember who Sheila is? Because this is my favorite. Sheila is the 14-year-old sister of Stacy Sass, whose husband cheated on. So Stacy's husband, Tracy.
That's who this is?
Yeah, that's Sheila Springer. That's the 14-year-old who then married the original husband after the statute of limitations was up. So Stacy Sass married to Tracy. Tracy cheated on Stacy with her 14-year-old at the time sister, Sheila, who is who's the person who is having the non-viable in and starts. So they sent her off for executive training until the statute of limitations was up, and then she came, and she was of age. Then she came back and married Tracy, and they're married today. And Stacy's with Jim.
That's right. I did a video about all this, but I totally forgot how all those dots connected. Wow. Okay, so that's who we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the HES is over Division 1, which is basically personnel, and is over Division 2, which is sales. So the HES is Stephen Jamies. He's involved in running the production quotas in his area. And phase 1, Barb. Okay. He's involved in running the production quotas in his area and phase 1 in the reg area as needed. Phase 1 in Scientology is a word that if you're an executive and you're over an area, and the idea is you have to do the work personally. You're constantly trying to work yourself out of a job. So in the beginning, you have to do the work personally while you bring someone on and train them how to do the job. And when you have someone under you doing the job, that's called phase 2. But when their stats go down or they're struggling, you have to go back. They call it, I'm going to phase 1. I'm basically going to bypass. I'm going to do the job myself while I figure out how to fix the person who's supposed to be doing the job. So again, but this just shows that they're struggling because the HES is basically saying he's having to go in and do the work himself in the registration area because they're just not making any money.
Oh.
Okay, the OES, that's the Organization Executive Secretary. That's basically kind of like a senior ops manager. They're over Division 3, which is Treasury, Finance. They're over Division 4, which is the Technical Division or Operations. And they're over Division 5, which is Qualifications or Quality Control. So the OES is Nia Soria. She's doing good work working with the Tech Sec. The Tech Sec's over Division 4, Operations. Doing good work with the Tech Sec on handling the delivery of the org. Needs to increase the starts with more effective actions on Tech Call-In. The VSD was an affluence. Tech Call-In is basically people on the phones calling the list of Scientologists who've already fully paid for their next course of their auditing action, but haven't actually come in to start the course of the auditing action. It's one of the shittiest jobs in a Scientology organization. I was the tech call-in is a department in Division 4. And even when I was the technical secretary in the Sea Org, I always secretly wished I would never, ever, ever have to work in tech call-in, even though they were under me. Luckily they had good people. Luckily I never had to phase 1 that area because they had really good people working in that area. VSD is value of services delivered. That is the statistic of Division 4, the technical secretary. And that's literally just the monetary value of the courses that were completed that week or the chunks of auditing that were finished the previous week. So they're not getting any brand new people in. They're not making enough money, but they are apparently doing a decent job on delivering to the people who could have paid for their services 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Like once you've paid for a service, it's paid for. You can come in and take it at any time. So they're doing okay on delivery. Okay, the PES, that is the Public Executive Secretary. The PES is over all 3 Division 6s. By the way, all 3 Division 6s. 6A is bringing brand new people into the organization. 6B is delivering introductory services to those brand new people. And 6C is trying to get current Scientologists to bring in bring new people into Scientology. Okay, the PES, Michelle Kirkland, she worked on the setups and execution of the LRH birthday event celebration. She is very new to post and needs more ESTO actions. ESTO stands for Establishment Officer, and the concept here is the ESTO is supposed to be a post in the organization whose job is like solely to get brand new people well-trained and grooved in on their posts. So they'll use that word even if there is no one holding the post of ESTO, but ESTO actions means the things that you would do to actually get someone put on post for the first time, have them understand what the hell they're supposed to be doing, get them through all the initial growing pains of trying to figure out how to do a job for the first time and trying to get them actually productive without having to be constantly babysat.
It's again, I just find it interesting that there's no mention here as to like, I don't know, maybe like some things happening in front of the building or behind the building or, anything like that. Like, I'm sad that I don't see the Y is Pearl Snappy printed directly on this. And I would like to request that the next time I find one of these in the dumpster, it says that.
Do you already have or happen to have a shirt that says the Y is Pearl Snappy?
No, I think I'm going to have to get one.
You have to get a shirt that says that. I mean, at least the people in the org will find it hilarious. They'll get written up if they laugh at it, but they will find it secretly hilarious.
Okay, I love that.
And you can even apologize to them as they walk into the org. I apologize for your stats being down. Just tell them the Y is Pearl Snappy.
Amazing. Done and done.
Okay. Attach a copy of the week's battle plan, exec council, ad council meeting minutes. By the way, the exec council is composed of the executive director, the HES, the OES, and the PES. That is the exec council. The advisory council is composed of all the division heads. Okay, the org did not complete the org battle plan for the week, or the org battle plan with the event drill being the major focus of the time and the effort of the executives. Wow, that's a flop. Investigate the paid completions and report on what made this stat go up or down for the week. The paid completions was an affluence and highest ever from an SRD twin ship that completed, a Pro TR's completion, FN% and Division 6B completions. SRD means survival rundown. That's it's the new name they've given to basically the TRs and objectives co-audit. We don't have to define that at all. Pro TRs, that's one of the auditor training courses where you do the communication drills, like, you'll hear the bull baiting, things like that, except that's the professional level course, not the introductory level course.
I think I'm doing the professional level course outside. They should just be paying me.
They should be paying you. They should count you on the paid comms, the end, the in and started for sure.
I'm saying.
FN% is a statistic out of the qualifications division. At the end of an auditing session, the person who was receiving the auditing session has to go see the examiner. And the examiner is just someone sitting behind a desk at an e-meter. And the person has to pick up the cans of the e-meter, and the examiner looks at them and observes whether they're happy and whether their needle on the e-meter is floating or not floating. And I think there's a bonus that the executive director gets on the paid completion stat if the percentage of people who had a floating needle at the end of a session is above a certain level. There must be some sort of a bonus on the paid comp stat. And 6B completions. So 6B completions means courses completed in Division 6B, which means introductory courses. These are the ones $50, $100. There's no major Scientology course that costs less than $2,000. It's only the introductory courses that cost $50 or $100. So, yeah, let me see. I want to make sure before I share other pages, I want to kind of make sure I know what it is before we're sharing. And I mean, look, that flag report, that is pure gold. If there was an RPF, that flag rep would be going to it. So the flag rep, but the flag reps tend to be women for some reason. Just statistically speaking, I tend to call flag reps she or her because they're usually women. That flag rep, she's lucky there's no RPF.
I think her name is Melissa or Missy.
Is that right?
She's
See?
blonde.
I guessed it. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever they have instituted as an alternative to the RPF, the flag reps.
It's actually Austin. Austin is the punishment org. If you do something wrong, you're going to end up here. I don't think it has one thing to do with me. Just kidding. It does. But I'm telling you, like, everyone that's here, lower conditions on punishment. It's hilarious. Because they're all new. Like methed out Ron Weasley that was from LA, and then he was here and he got in Selfless's face, he got in my face. He's not from here, and the guy that was doing the power washing is not from here. So this is the punishment org.
Yeah, so I mean, what happened is they just didn't have enough staff to man these orgs, and at the last minute, they just sent in as many Sea Org members as they could. And I have it on some inside authority that the Sea Org members have been told to stop wearing their Sea Org rank pins. So I'm curious if you notice, but you know, I heard that, but you never know, one, if it's totally true, if it applies to everybody, or if they're actually complying with the order. So if you notice that you stop seeing these Sea Org rank pins, maybe that's something you can even ask them when you see them. Hey, I see you're not wearing a Sea Org rank pin. Are you a Class 5 staff member? Were you told to stop wearing your Sea Org rank pin?
Oh, I will. There's one guy that does wear his, and okay. He has like a black. It almost looks like a velour jacket and pants situation with like gold. And then the rest of the Sea Org members, so the women have like these blue dress situations, and then the rest of the guys that are here, like the men, are in all black. They're dressed up like Tom Cruise with a turtleneck. They look like idiots.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's just look at some of these other documents. Some of them are kind of silly, but it's fun to see a glimpse into the life of Scientology staff members world. This is for a staff member named John Glinsky, and this is his study schedule. 3:45 to 6. Yes. Hey, this is all the evidence you need that their course room ends at 6 p.m. Boom. And so if you're outside the org at 6 p.m., you should see a flood of people going out to have dinner. That's how that works. They don't have a cafeteria in there, do they?
They do.
Or do oh, they do. Okay.
They do, but most of them go to Chipotle anyway. You could see as many Scientologists at Chipotle as you can in the org at any given time.
Nice.
Or outside smoking, either way.
Hey, keep an eye out in those dumpsters. But have they chained up the dumpsters yet?
They haven't chained them, but they're shredding stuff into like powder at this point. They're not even like strips of paper. It's like powder.
Okay.
Because
I've really
learned.
Okay, because I'm dying to get my hands on a box of actual legitimate Scientology promo. If someone can get their hands on a box of Scientology promo and send it to me, I will go to the local mission. I'll go to the Tampa org. I will stand outside passing out promo all day, asking people, would you like to join our cult? We're offering free lines of credit. Tom Cruise teaches classes on the weekends, and I will report my stats to the org at the end of the week to help them get their stats up, because I don't want them to think that I'm not trying to help.
Right, of course. Look for the helpers.
And I'll do it on a live stream so that people know I'm actually handing out real Scientology promo, and they should be able to count it on their stats. Gosh darn it.
I agree. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay. So he studies Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit on Friday and Saturday. Well, for him to study this often, he must be a full-time staff member. John will be studying his instant hat, the FSMIC. Oh, look at that. So he works in Division 6C. He is in charge of the field staff members, which is public Scientologists who make commissions on bringing new people into Scientology and helping current Scientologists keep moving up the bridge. So they actually have an FSMIC, which does make sense considering the big push that's happening right now with the new management teams. Okay, let's see. Oh, this one just really cracks me up, guys. So this is a list of how many new IAS memberships
This one's great.
they signed up. Yep.
Look at them all.
Guys, look at all the names on this list.
Nailed it. Good job.
It doesn't get better than that. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at this. So we had to blank out someone's social security number, because Scientology really is putting documents with people's social security numbers right into the dumpster. And this is a list of the commissions that were due to be paid to Scientologists based on some of their activity, either selling materials or getting people to sign up for new services. You can see these commissions are very small. Except this one. Oh, the Pro TR's course. So we have the name of the FSM and we have the name of their selectee. Check it out. Amazing. So Manal Apugazam brought Cecilia Giraldo. Yeah, look, this is amazing. This is something that should never be in the trash, ever. And wow, okay, so Porter Baker seems to be a very active FSM, and Monica Ayres. How would you say that name?
Yeah.
Ayres.
Yeah, Ayres.
Ayres. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's the FSM commission list. Let's see what we have here. Oh, like I said, Division 6C has to do with the field staff members. I got to figure out. My trackpad's not cooperating. Okay, week March 21 to 28, Division 6C, condition emergency. What that means is that their stats for the most recent week were slightly down compared to the week before. That's what that means.
Aren't they always an emergency?
Pretty much. Sometimes danger, usually non-existence. Now, these are the steps of the emergency formula: promote, change your operating basis, economize, prepare to deliver, and stiffen discipline. So this is a weekly condition formula and battle plan. The FP quota. Why does it say FP quota? There's something I'm missing there. Name 180. These are actually, these are the quotas for the stats for the week. But you see, I just don't know what these stats mean. So NAMF, I don't know what that means. NFMC, that's the number of FSM commissions paid. Percent rising FNC, Percent rising. What the hell does that mean? Percent rise. What does FNC mean? I do not know what that means. 50 phone calls for memberships, 50 phone calls for FSMs. Okay, fine. Battle plan. Contact FSMs to bring public in. That would be like if you were a mechanic and your battle plan for the week said, fix cars. Okay. Contact FSMs to bring public in. Work in coordination with Division 2. Establish meeting once a week. Follow up on the OT committee FSMs list with specific terminals assigned. Route selection slips for the proper commissions to be paid. Contact people with IAS memberships expired or about to expire. Project. FSM going to deliver seminars and lectures to new public. Project. Create a call center for Division 6. Project. Start creating content for the FSM news. Hatting the staff. Drilling FSM commissions payment routing form line. Okay. Oh, so look, they're putting on little events. Artists for a Better World, Latin Scientologists activation, an 8th annual East Side STEAM Fest at Martin Middle School. Oh shit, what are they doing at a middle school?
Look, I don't know. I wish I'd have known about that, but what I will say is that last Wednesday they had an open mic night, which was just a way to get people in to take the personality test. I have the video from that. Stacey Sass was singing. I'll be posting it later. You're all welcome.
You have video from a Scientology karaoke night?
I do. I sure do.
Can you please send me a link when you do something with that?
Yep.
Oh,
you bet. It's so bad.
Goodness.
It's worse than you think it could be. It's worse. Like whatever you're thinking, it's worse.
Wow. Okay. Now I just love this photo because first of all, it's got you in the background and it's amazing. Okay. So I'm trying to read. I don't know what the hell the first thing says. SS1. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Maybe number of social security.
Oh, you know what? That could be success stories. That could be success stories.
So a total of 1, and it's probably a lie.
She probably wrote the success story herself, so she had something to report.
That's right.
FSM commissions paid are 0 for 6 April.
Aww.
New starts is 0. And I wish I knew what the 36% was, but I just don't.
Maybe it's that percent rising thing.
Oh, yes. You're right. I have to find out what the hell that percent rising thing was. Now, I know there is so like the establishment, there is a post in a Scientology org whose statistic is like it's the hatting officer. The hatting officer in Division 1 has a statistic, something like number of staff members, percentage of staff members who had a rising statistic for the past week. That's an example. Like it is a statistic that exists. I just don't know what the statistic is for Division 6C. Okay, let me go back to our little view here. Okay, and that's Dawn I. Is that how you read that? Dawn
I think so.
I.
That's what I see.
Okay.
Or maybe R. Who knows?
Okay, this one I found.
If it is writing, as they are at driving, which is they're not good.
Okay, so this is an estimated purchase order. This is something that should never in a million years be in the trash. Like, honestly. And this, I don't think this one came from the flag rep, but let's see. So again, it's all from Division 6C. And, this was from back in January. So this was someone cleaning out some old stuff. And it does say January, right?
Yeah,
January
it does.
6th.
And I noticed that it said that the executive director Day is a different person. It's now Julie, and it used to be Eric. So I wonder if they cleaned out Eric's desk. I haven't seen Eric Toohey in a minute anyway.
Wow, there you go. Okay, so let's see what this estimated purchase order is. So by the way, it's funny that it's an estimated purchase order, but it's for an exact dollar and cents because an EPO is supposed to be what you do when you don't know the exact amount. So you're basically getting preliminary approval for a chunk of money, and then you submit an actual purchase order against the EPO. But anyway, let's see what happens here. So this is an estimated purchase order for presents for 2 field public. Tob Subplea donated $850 towards the payment of the venue rented for the New Year's event. And Ryan Gross donated $480. The org wants to give a proper acknowledgement to these 2 field public. I have a couple thoughts on this. I mean, you have this multi-billion-dollar organization that is putting on an unbelievably expensive event at the Shrine Auditorium. And this organization doesn't even make enough money from operations to pay for the venue that they're renting to show the event in Austin. They literally have to, they literally have to go to the public and ask them for money to rent the event venue. This is life working in a Scientology organization. It's like this all the time. So let's see. They do actually get approval for this EPO, but there's a note at the top here that says this was okayed by Sean, the ED at the time, and it's still not been paid. If this is not approved, please let us know. And then I'm pretty sure what you have here is the actual receipts for what they purchased for these gifts.
Thanks for the $850. Here's $25 in coffee.
Todd got a $25 Starbucks gift card. Well done, Todd.
Congrats.
And let's see, Todd also got a $38 present. It's a glass mug. And what's a Gautam Huatengbo? What's that? Do you know?
Maybe it's a pound of coffee, probably. Guatemalan. It's about Guatemalan Huehue Tenango is actually the name of that coffee. And I know that for a very specific reason. And no, I'm not explaining it.
Okay, so it is all from Starbucks. He got a $25 gift card from Starbucks. He got a $17 glass mug, and he got a $19 bag of coffee.
Yep.
Thank you for, at least he got more than a t-shirt.
Right. I mean, I'll give him a t-shirt. He can have the F Sciento t-shirts on my store. I'll give him one.
There you go. You should give him the Y is Pearl Snappy t-shirt. Right. All right, let's see. We got some. That's all the documents that I've got. But let's take a look at some of these comments. LVP, man, this is like decrypting radio transcripts from the Kriegsmarine. Am I saying that right? I don't know what the Kriegsmarine is.
The Kings, or war, whatever. It's German. It's just
okay.
War stuff, war-y things.
Kelsey Arellano, wish me luck. I'm doing my very first protest in 10 minutes. I am 4'10", so I want to claim the title of tiniest SP. Awesome. Well, congratulations. I wonder, I'm going to look up her channel real quick and see if I can tell where she's doing it.
German Navy. There we go.
Well, why can't I find her channel? Give me a second here. Okay, I searched Kelsey Ariano on YouTube and I couldn't find it. But anyway, congratulations on your first protest, and I hope it goes great. And I'll try to check it out. Reverse YouTube says, yeah, the statistic of the flag rep is the number of program targets completed. Yeah, there we go. Saul Goodman YouTube says, well, this is a great info drop. Let me see what I can data mine off of this. Bada boom. Christina Lembo, Pearl Snappy is the best. Heck yeah. Rob Param, my guess would be that Scientology banks with UBS. It would give them a worldwide reach with max secrecy. I do believe they do a lot of their banking with Wells Fargo, but I think it's safe to assume they probably bank with many, many banks. I think here in Clearwater, they bank with Wells Fargo. But Wells Fargo is like our biggest local bank, Wells Fargo and B of A. Nero James, billionaire SP, I would not put it past Stupidology to move all their money into offshore accounts when they lose tax-exempt status. Yeah. Let's see. SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Tell Pearl Snappy how violently your chat protects her.
I love that.
Oh, by the way, Barb that I'm always yelling at in the back office is SPTV Tattoo Warrior. So there you go, Pearl Snappy. If you didn't already know, then now you know.
Yeah, no, my chat will windmill in these YouTube screeds for me.
Z News says, if other Class 5 orgs saw this report, would it surprise them that Austin org wasn't doing well? That's an excellent question. I think the answer is yes. Except the truth is, all the other orgs who are also ideal orgs, they also know that they're struggling. So I'm trying to think. when I was working in the Philly org, we definitely sort of had this complex that we just assumed that everywhere else was doing much better than we were. But that was before the whole ideal org evolution started, you know? And I feel like if I was working in an ideal org and it was empty, it wouldn't actually surprise me to find out that another ideal org was empty. That's how I feel about it. Let's see, Peaceful Drama. Do they have a Facebook group for Austin? Yeah, they do. We've posted a lot of things from that Facebook group.
Instagram too.
Ah, there you go. Okay, Jen Hack says it must give people a false sense of how much courses cost, starting low at first and then jacking up the price. Yeah. The thing is, there's also an awful lot of different introductory courses that someone can do. I mean, there's probably at least 20 introductory courses. And those courses could take anywhere from a few days to maybe a week or two, depending on how many hours a week that you studied. But yeah, I don't know that people get a false sense. Like, what it does is it allows Scientology morons like Grant Cardone and Aaron Cairo to get online and pretend like Scientology courses only cost $100 when they know darn well that's just the introductory courses, you know. Okay, Lisa Love says they can't afford to send personnel to an RPF equals valent. I don't know what that means. They would hemorrhage staff. Yes, Aaron Jinx. Sorry, Lisa, I'm not totally following along, but thank you for the comment. Steffi T says, Pearl Snappy, how is the vest tech going? Have they taken your advice on the ice cubes dryer trick yet?
Wrinkled, so wrinkled. Those vests are so cheap that like you look at them long enough and a crease forms. So they are just tragic all the time, and they're too tight or they're too big. And I just tell them when they walk in, I'm like, just throw them in the dryer with an ice cube. And they don't. They're just wrinkled. They bring them in a dry cleaning bag, wrinkled. I'm like, this is the most Scientology thing I've ever seen.
And also, how are they paying for dry cleaning? Dry cleaning is relatively expensive compared to regular cleaning.
Probably just bringing it in a dry cleaning bag after they sprayed it with Febreze because they can't do anything more than that. Just recycling the bag.
There you go. Poe on the go says, howdy, howdy, howdy. How you doing, Poe? Marissa Martin, who done messed up and what's going to be the punishment for this? Well, it seems like the FSM, the 6C SEC, the Division 6C secretary and the flag rep are the primary culprits here. And they're definitely going to be doing some lower conditions. So if you see them walking into the org, Pearl Snappy, say, I'm sorry if you're scrubbing dumpsters with a toilet, scrubbing dumpsters with a toothbrush. Just remember the Y is Pearl Snappy.
That's right. That's right. Or when they're selling books, because that's generally the people in lower conditions who are out there at that table.
That's right. And Casillas, battle plan. What? Oh, Barb. Okay. Battle plan, spray more old hot dog water on all members to spread the message to community. Check.
That's correct. Okay.
Elaine Brown says, Scientology, how to booth AI, Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. I'm going to stop reading comments that have too many typos that I can't tell what they mean. Okay. Saul Goodman, YouTube. And they have to request and get denied for $97 worth of gifts. Yeah, that's true. JM Leisure, Scientology is blocking the bike lane with huge planters.
Still, yes, they are in front of the Austin org. 3 huge planters that they put out for the opening day to keep me away. And how well did that work? It's still creating problems for cyclists. So like the pedicab, the bike with the thing behind it, they can't get through. Yeah. They have to like go around all the bad Sciento parking.
That seems very illegal.
It is.
Bobby Joe Kellogg, thank you very much. Fizz Buzz, I've secretly been harassing them for 30 years for tainting the word science. This is actually a common misunderstanding, though. It's not scienceology. And the derivation of Scientology is actually not science. But that's okay. And, Ashton Horn, can you explain how Aaron Cairo is involved? He's a skateboarder. I used to watch him all the time growing up. Ashton, just check out the video that I did about it this week on my channel called Aaron Cairo Lies About Being Scientology Leader in San Francisco. Basically, that's how he's involved. He is the executive director of the Scientology organization in San Francisco, the Day organization, which is the senior organization. All right, folks. That's all we have on this. Anything else we want to say, Pearl Snappy?
No, I appreciate going over these with you. I can't wait to conditions, and hopefully, I'll be messing around in the front, and that way Selfless can start peeking in the dumpsters in the back and make sure that they have shredded everything properly. We're just trying to help. We're helpful people.
Exactly. I just want to show everyone before we wrap up, if you are not yet subscribed to Pearl Snappy's channel, you can find her right over there at Pearl Snappy. You pretty much can't miss her.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you, as always, to everyone who watches until the very end. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.